Alright, we've got a little bit of story moment here going on about the virus. Not really sure why they didn't go for any kind of interesting visual on screen here. Maybe just to save time, but this seems like a weird place to cut corners. Yeah, it's a Mega Man story. There's really not much to say about any Mega Man story. I mean, Mega Man stories have always been simplistic at best. That's kind of what gives it the charm. I actually really appreciated the really simple, kind of cheesy story of Mega Man 10, and, you know, oh, at the end, Wily does the right thing and gives everybody back the vaccines, and, you know, it's eye-rolly, but it's cute, and it's simple, and it feels nostalgic. It feels like a kind of, you know, bare-bones plot that you'd see in back in the 80s and early 90s. But let's move on to, let's do Yo-Yo-Man next. I think that was the next one on my list. Yo-Yo-Man definitely sounds threatening. Another great music track. I really appreciate this one. And again, the background looks fantastic. Kind of reminds me of Bomb Man's stage from Mega Man 1, but like, consider the leap of how crappy Bomb Man's stage background looked to this. I still got the same idea, the big kind of spherical towers in the background, but this just looks fantastic. Now, something that's been brought to my attention is that I haven't said anything about the boss weapons yet, so let's highlight those a little bit. First off, the Nitro Blast, or Tri-Nitro Blast. Short range, really powerful weapon, and as far as I can tell, I think it pierces. So it's really useful. Doesn't have a lot of energy, like I'm already through most of it there, which is a bit of a downside to it. The Nail Shield, a really good, powerful shield. It continually does damage to any enemies that it comes in contact with. It's not really clear on how much of a hit base it has, because it eventually runs out of power based on how many enemies it damages, and then it just disappears. So it doesn't really have like a visual cue for that, kind of like the Water Shield in Mega Man 10, but it's still really cool, and it has a secondary function where you can do this. Boom! I think that's really cool, actually. It kind of reminds me of the Blizzard Attack shot spray, but easier to aim, doesn't have that stupid delay, so that's actually something to its benefit. The Comet Dash. Now this has a really great kind of melee usage and platforming usage, because you can use it to jump from one platform to the other. Now the dash part is actually what does the most damage. These little projectiles that it shoots are not really effective in a combat scenario. They don't seem to do much damage, and they're really hard to aim with. But really, they're just there to look like the attack that the boss uses. So, from an aesthetic standpoint, I don't have a problem with that. I think it's a neat addition. We have the Jet Missile, which is a pretty decent Buster replacement. It's the one that uses the least amount of energy. Really powerful, and it has the secondary function where if you charge it, it will lock onto enemies. And it charges really quickly, as you can see there, so it's a really effective weapon. I'm actually going to be using that one a lot when we get to the Wily stages, because it's one of my favorites to use, and it makes a lot of situations a lot more manageable. But enough of that, let's move on to Yo-Yo-Man stage. These are kind of weird little skate or die enemies. I think they're kind of neat. Here we have something very similar to those twisty little enemies from Top Man stage in Mega Man 3. But these ones can get really annoying really quickly, because they can home in on you, and if you don't kill them fast enough, they will just ride you and just keep doing damage until you get away from them. And when they start attacking you on really small platforms, that can become an issue quickly. Nitro Blast is one of two, I think, weapons that can break those doors and get you some neat little items. I do like these enemies. They're really tough to get the timing down, but when you do, it's a fun, quick fight. Oh, don't want these guys following me, so you know what? I'm just gonna have them come to me. I've always liked that you can use Rush Coil on spikes. It's really useful in the actual, like, Capcom-made Classic Series games. And here it's no different. Very useful indeed. I do enjoy it. But let's keep moving. Here's a platform that raises when you jump on it, and it will keep on raising as soon as you jump on it, and then it will eventually come back down. So it's introduced in a safe place, always great, and then it's very quickly used to effect in this encounter here, which, again, it doesn't even really become an issue in terms of the enemy's projectiles. You don't have to dodge, it just kind of goes off to the side. But it's a great way to getting you used to attacking while maneuvering on these platforms. And it's actually really tough to jump off of them because you have to be very precise. So that's a neat little challenge in itself. Another short hop there, not too short. I actually cut that a little too short, but that's alright. Oof. That was a better dodge than even I expected of myself. I actually like that encounter there. I think this is a midway point, actually, which is strange. It's rare that there's a midway point with enemies on screen, but I guess this is a safe zone, so it doesn't really matter. It's just unique. You don't see that a lot in the main series. Great situation where you get to decide to kind of shoot an enemy off in the distance. It is always lame and upsetting when you shoot like this enemy over here and he drops a 1-up and you can't get to it in time, but you know, that's your own damn fault. This section's real tough because of those strange yo-yo enemies. Oh, I guess they don't appear here. Must be the next one that I want to be worried about. So let's take care of these guys before they become a problem, because if you don't get them, then they're gonna start appearing right above you on this platform, and then you can't attack them unless you have a secondary weapon, and there's nowhere to run. So if you don't have a secondary weapon, if you chose to do this stage first and you missed attacking those guys, you're screwed, basically. And that's your own damn fault. Knew that guy was coming, so I thought I'd get rid of him easy. Let's make sure I don't screw up these jumps. Now, like I mentioned before, I have a problem with the fact that you can't scroll away enemies. Like right there, if I kept running to the right, that enemy would keep following me forever. And that doesn't seem right. You should be able to scroll them away, especially since if I had gone a little bit more to the left, that enemy would have scrolled back. So, I don't know, it would have screwed me completely. Let's deal with this guy again. I feel I might as well put some of these weapons to use because I haven't been doing that yet so far. But that showcased there that they were invincible for that quick period there. This level seems to be running a little slowly, but it's not too much of an issue. Can I hit this guy? Okay, good. I didn't want to drop too far down. Oh, no. I did not do that correctly. Now I gotta wait for the platform to come back down. This is actually a pretty decently difficult jump, but second time's the charm, apparently. A lot of these enemies running around, which I don't mind. Uh-oh. Okay, this is a neat little encounter, because you can't really damage that guy directly, so you have to play defensively there. Ow, and I did not do that very well. But I'll try what I can. Mini E-tank above me. Oh, which I could actually use, but I do not want to run through that gauntlet, so forget that. Oh no! I wasn't ready for that. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna die, and it's gonna be embarrassing. Come on, big health. No big health. Oh, well, I think I'm close to the boss now, so hopefully I'll get lucky. Oh, that was my big health! Oh no, 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 no! No! Oh, I saw that coming too, and I didn't dodge. Damn it! Oh well. I'm allowed one screw up per video, right? I'll meet you guys up ahead at the boss if I get to it. Oh, look at that, I even made it to this section with full health, and I got a 1-up along the way for my troubles. Oh. Okay, so as you can see here, I showed before that if you jump on one of these platforms, it'll immediately go up to the top. So what you're supposed to do, naturally, is to activate that platform on the right, and then get out of the way before it kills you in the spikes. And I could show you me doing that, or I could be really cheap. But unfortunately I made this guy spawn below me, so let's just get rid of him before he instantly kills me. And this is a really tricky jump. I hope I'm not going to have to edit myself out again, but... Again, these guys spawn in a really dangerous area, like, really dangerous. I don't know if I'm happy about their placement here, but not too much to deal with if you're incredibly lucky like me, and I'm just gonna run away from that one, because there's pretty much no way to attack it. And here we are at Yo-Yo-Man. We've already beaten the 4 bosses that I'd say really utilize the slide to any effect, and from here on out, there's not much use of it. A lot of these enemies are going to be jump-based, as you can see there. I guess you can slide there, but it's even not all that necessary. Oops, I did not do that correctly, but that's okay. And pretty simple dodge pattern there. And then, oh, I wasn't ready for that. Oof, I am doing poorly. Wow. I should really practice these bosses before coming in here. Alright, starting to get the pattern down. Which, you know, is happening way too late, but that's okay. There we go, I just need to move a little bit more. And not suck. That would be good. Come on, honey, I can do this, I can do this. No more hits. What did I just say? Oh well, whatever, I picked up that extra life, it was serendipity. Jesus. Like I said, I've only played through this game actually like all the way once, and you know, usually people who make videos like I'm making right now spend more time practicing, but I'm cocky, so I thought I'd be able to do fine without any practice or rehearsal or anything like that. Clearly, I was wrong. Oh, except for now, apparently I'm killing it. Oh sure, he makes this pattern super easy for my second try. Overall, not a overly difficult boss to beat with the Mega Buster once you get the pattern down. This is the only attack that I would say is, ow, difficult to dodge, and I'm sure I'm just doing it completely wrong, and there's a really easy way to do it, but whatever. Okay, that's not it. And I did exactly the same thing that I just had done and screwed it up, so clearly I can't even learn from my own mistakes. When he's up at the top there, I wouldn't even bother trying to hit him. I don't know if you can. It doesn't look like he's within your shot range, but it's not worth it either way. I figure it's just better to dodge. And then boom! Another one down. Another one bites the dust. So that's Yo-Yoman stage. Not a very easy one, not one that I would recommend starting to, especially because of those spiked yo-yo enemies throughout the stage. They come in some really tricky situations where it's difficult to hit them with your Mega Buster, or your regular Busters, sorry to say. So I'd recommend playing any level before this one just so you get a weapon that you can use against them. In particular, the Nail Shield is very useful, but I've already explained why I think starting with Nailman is a good idea. And as you saw, I kind of cheated a little bit with that one platforming challenge, just used my Rush Jet to get over that. And if you hate me for it, whatever, you know? It's tough. Take whatever you can to get through there. But yeah, let's move on.